What is up, everybody? This is RybackStun. We have returned to Marvel Heroes Test Center. We're taking a look at the Emma Frost QoL. I'm going to go ahead and preface this video with something that everybody should really know. This video is not about my opinions of the character. It's showing you guys how the QoL works. But I despise Emma. I think she's a terrible character in this game. I actually like her character in the comic books. I think when she's written fairly well, she can be kind of awesome. But I have had literally the worst experiences leveling this character, playing this character, any way, shape, or form. It took me 2 years, 6 different builds to get her to level 60, trying to do Cosmic Kingpin with her to get the Battle Damage Spider-Man costume. It took me 12 tries, 2 ultimates. It was atrocious. I hate this character. I don't think the QoL is going to make me change my opinion, but hopefully the QoL will be good for you Emma Frost players who really want to see what she's all about. So, Emma has damage over time, still damage over time, and durability. That's what she had before. The durability attribute's pretty cool. 3 trees, Omega Telepath, Hellfire, Headmistress, and Diamond Paragon. It looks like she still has the same team-up affiliations, X-Men and S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's just get right into this. So, Emma is your typical mental melee physical damage hybrid, mental ranged physical melee hybrid. There you go. Lots of powers in these trees. A little bit more than what she normally has, so we'll just take a look at each one as it happens. Astral Bolt. Remember, this is Test Center. Things are subject to change. Not everything's finished. Yada yada blah blah. Basic ranged mental damage, attack speed 2.1 per second, restores 2 spirit. Bang 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 bang. She still has Spirit. I don't know why that's not looking properly. Telepathic Torment, ranged area, mental damage twice per second, slow, vulnerability, debuff duration of 8 seconds, Spirit cost of 14.1. It's your typical thing. Boom, there you go. Next we have Psybolt. This is mental damage, attack speed 2.1 per second, Spirit cost of 7.5. Blast, 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 blast. Next we have Psychic Blast, which is physical damage per hit. Physical damage, that's not right. It's probably supposed to be mental damage. Per hit, 4 hits per second. It does an additional 1% damage per 1% attack speed and an ongoing spirit cost of 18.8. So, there's your damage as you deal it, and it does, you know, a ton of damage. Next we have Sudden Dread. Mental damage, Terrify duration of 2.5 per second. 2.5 seconds, excuse me. Spirit cost of 18.8. Blah, Dread. Next we have Drained Psyche. Ranged attack, mental damage 4 times per second. This also has plus 1% damage. Per 1% attack speed. It has 20% additional damage against enemies affected by your damage over time effects. Probably doesn't proc on its own damage over time effect. Regenerate 140 health per second. Ongoing spirit cost of 14.1 per second. Blah. So there you go. Next we have Astral Whip. Mental damage. It's an execute. It has an 8-second cooldown shared with Diamond Backhand and a 7.5 spirit cost. So there you go. That's the whip. Psychic Spear, this is a new cooldown power. It does mental damage. Sudden Dread will apply a damage over time effect when used in the next 8 seconds. 8-second cooldown shared with Diamond Axe Heal Kick, and it has a 9.4 spirit cost. So there's your spear. This, I believe, is not finished. I believe it's actually going to be a spear as she throws it. If I remember correctly, someone on Test Center, one of the devs said that the animation is not finished on this. But there it is. Alright, next tree, we've got Hellfire Headmistress. Psychic Domination, I believe, works exactly the same as it does before. It's only 1 point. You can't increase the ranks on it. You start with 1 point, so you don't have to pay any points into it whatsoever. Why it's currently ranked 40, I have no idea. But it is what it is. It does mental damage per second.
How about a target first?
It has to be a biological enemy, and you can only target normal, elite, or mini-boss, non-summoned biological enemies. I can't test it here, but there you go. Next, she has Running and Heals. This is a 1-point power. You put 1 point into it, and that's all you have to do. She runs, apparently slower than Elektra, which I guess kind of makes sense. But there's that. Alright, next, we have Telepathic Mastery. Active effect, this is your CC breaker. Passive effect, this power becomes Force of Will when you enter a Diamond form. So when we enter Diamond form, we'll come back and look at this. While not in Diamond form, you can see enemies on the minimap. You gain additional damage rating. Mental damage rating, you gain damage rating versus enemies not targeting you. You gain crit hit, crit damage, and constitution. Next, we have Frenzied Confusion. This is a, ooh. There we go. Sorry about that. That seemed to glitch out a little bit. Frenzied Confusion, it does, enemies do more damage, the 3-second confusion duration, and has a spirit cost of 23.5. Let's look at it again. There we go. Next, we have Inspire Minion. This is the same power, I believe, as it was before. Mental damage twice per second. Regenerate maximum health per second. 5-second taunt duration. Inspired minion unleashes a fatal torment of psychic energy after 12 seconds. That mental overload does mental damage. The spirit cost is 23.5 with a 30-second cooldown shared with unlock potential. Kneel before me is your signature. Mental damage. You take 100% less damage while this power is active. You regenerate health per second, restore spirit per second. It's got a 30-second cooldown. Bang. Bow before Emma Frost. Big explosion. Unlock potential. You gain 5% damage on your own powers. You gain allies gain protected, shielding them from 25% incoming damage and healing for 5% of the maximum health per second. Allies cannot be protected again for 30 seconds. You and your allies gain concealed, becoming invisible for 5 seconds. It has a 30-second cooldown, 18.8 spirit cost. That cooldown is shared with inspired minions, so you could actually not worry about inspired minion and just go unlock potential to help everybody gain all kinds of cool stuff. Last tree is called Diamond Paragon. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do Lustrous Lunge, Diamond Form Movement Melee. Physical damage. Damage is increased by 1% per 50 defense rating. You have a knockdown duration of 1.5 seconds, a movement speed of 10% for 10 seconds, and a spirit cost of 9.7. So as we do that, you'll notice she is now officially in Diamond Form. While in Diamond Form, Force of Will is your new passive. You gain +2 strength, physical damage increased, damage rating versus enemies targeting you, crit hit rating, crit damage rating, and accuracy instead of what the other power gives you. You also have your Diamond Armor, which reduces X amount of damage while you're in the armor form, and you gain more Diamond Form power, Diamond Armor, while you're in Diamond Form and striking enemies. So next we have Diamond Bladed Spin Kick. This is a Diamond Form melee area. It adds a bleeding effect, but it's not bleed tagged, which is interesting. Physical damage. Damage is increased by 1.5%, which is up 1% per 500 defense rating. Knockdown duration of 1.5 seconds. Attack speed of 1.4 per second. Spirit cost of 19. So there's your spin kick. Next we have Diamond Skin. Active effect restores 100% of your maximum diamond instantly. You gain twice as much diamond armor from attacks. Your total defense rating is increased by 50%. It has an 8-second taunt duration with a 20-second cooldown. This is another passive effect that will become a different type of passive when you exit this form. We'll take a look at that once that's done. Diamond Form gives you additional defense rating, plus total defense rating, deflect, plus total deflect rating, no damage reduction, although I think that's supposed to be 8% because that's what melee normally gets, plus 2 durability, physical damage to enemy when you're hit by a melee attack, and Diamond Armor absorbs 100% of your incoming damage up to 20% of your maximum health, and you regenerate 5% of your Diamond Armor when you deal psychic damage. Let's take a look at this passive. Diamond Mine. You can activate it to regain 15% of your maximum health and spirit per second. You become invisible for 3 seconds with a 20-second cooldown. And then the passive effect is this power becomes Diamond Skin when you enter. This looks all the same. Oh no, this is Deflect and Dodge with total Deflect and Dodge. You regenerate health and you regenerate 20% of your Diamond Armor per second. Diamond Armor does not prevent damage while not in Diamond Form. So there's that. Next we have Gleaming Strike. Physical damage, 1% damage increase per 500 damage rating. You restore 1 spirit per hit, because this is your Diamond Form basic melee attack. Attack speed of 2.2 per second. So there you go. Next we have Diamond Whirlwind. Physical damage, 4 hits per second. It increases 1% damage per 1% attack speed. Also 1% additional damage per 500 defense rating. Movement speed increased by 5%. Deflect chance increased by 5%. Ongoing spirit cost of 14.2 per second. So here's your Whirlwind, which you can move around in. That's kind of neat. Next we have Diamond Crush. Physical damage, same defense damage increase. Attack speed of 1.3 per second. Spirit cost of 14.2. So you just attack, punch, 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 punch. Next we have Diamond Backhand. This is your physical damage execute. Damage is increased by 1% per 200 defense rating. It has an 8-second cooldown shared with Astral Whip. 14.2% spirit cost. Backhand. And last but not least, you have your Diamond Axe Heel Kick, which does physical damage, also 1% per 200 defense rating. This is your vulnerability. Diamond Blade Spin Kick also applies a damage over time effect within the next 8 seconds. It shares an 8-second cooldown with Psychic Spirit and has a 19-second cooldown. So there you go. There's your Heel Kick. Bang. So, Diamond Form looks pretty interesting. The Mental Form looks about the same, with the addition of the 2 extra powers, obviously. Which I believe those 2 powers are Psychic Spirit and Psychic Bolt. Psychic Spear, Psybolt. No, the 2 new powers are Astral Whip and Psychic Spear. And then the 2 new powers in Diamond Paragon are Diamond Axe Heel Kick and Diamond Backhand. Although, I remember at some point there was an Axe Heel Kick somewhere, so I'm not sure why they're saying this is new. You do also have a brand new ultimate, known as Stepford Circle. Call the backup singers. Mental damage twice per second. You are invulnerable. Active duration of 6.8 seconds, unaffected by power duration, 10-minute cooldown. I'd like to introduce you the Stepford Cuckoos. 3 of them. And they just do a bunch of damage. And you channel it. You're stuck in the center. There's only 3 of them. That's interesting. The Cuckoos, after the stuff that happened to them in the comics, stuck around with Emma because she can protect them in some form or fashion. But 3 Cuckoos instead of 5, I'm not used to that. But there you go. So that's Emma. Emma's Emma. I do have 2 of her uniques on the other character. Gloves of the Inner Circle. These have not been updated. There's no way these have been updated. So, that's not going to help. I do apologize for that. Anyway, it's interesting. Personal opinion. You feel free to disagree. You're absolutely right. This is not enough for me to want to play this character. I don't care. Emma is not great. She may have extra damage bonuses. She may have a bunch of extra things. But her playstyle does not fit me. And the issues and the traumatizations I've had in the past with her character will make it so that this is not a character I run. But for those that do run Emma, this looks to be a good update to bring her more in line with the rest of the characters as they stand. So, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did showcasing it to you, regardless of my personal opinions on the character. Remember to like and subscribe. Like and comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Tumblr at RybackStun. Remember, we do stream Monday through Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 12 p.m. PDT. And then Tuesday at 3 p.m. PDT. We do all kinds of Marvel Heroes stuff, Console Wednesdays, different kinds of things. So come join us then. Thank you very much for watching this video. That's it for me. That's the Test Center videos I've got this week. With that, this is RybackStun, signing out.